hot, sky hot, earth hot, sky hot, earth hot, sky hot.
But I just want to welcome everyone here. You know, I'm Sunnyvale Mayor Larry Klein, and it's just great to see all these smiling faces, you know, in this brand new City Hall. You still has that new car smell. Nobody sat in your seats probably, so you were probably the first ones to sit in these seats. Don't mark them up. Don't you know, we are very proud of our new City Hall. But I just want to say, you know, it's just a great day, and it's a very special to welcome also everyone to our new council chambers. You know, we've been working on this for a while now. We moved into the building in March, and we still haven't had our first council meeting here. So you are a very special crowd to enjoy this very first occurrence here. But before we begin today, I just want to acknowledge a few VIPs in our audience. So bear with me for a moment as I grab my glasses. And please stand up, do a quick wave, and we'll hear from some of them a little bit later. But first, our council. So first, my Vice Mayor, Omar Dean. Councilmember Russ Melton. Councilmember Alyssa Cisneros. Councilmember Richard Mellinger. Councilmember Murali Srinivasan, and Councilmember Linda Sell. I want to acknowledge our executive leadership team, Kent Steffen, City Manager, Assistant City Manager Terry Silva, Deputy City Manager Jackie Guzman, way in the back, Deputy City Manager Connie Verselis, our City Attorney, John Nagel, is somewhere in the back. There we go. Our Director of IT, Kathleen Booty Foster-Gee. Our Director of NovaWorks, Marlena Sessions. Oh, there. Our Chief Fawn No, somewhere around. Oh, there. Our Director of Environmental Services, Romana Chinaquatra. I'll see it. Our Director of Finance, Tim Kirby, and our Director of Human Resources, Tina Murphy. We have lots of board and commissioners here. I'm not going to recognize them all. We'll be recognizing some of them a little bit later. We actually have from the school district superintendents, Isabel Jubis Flamerich, from the president of our Sunnyvale School District Board. There's Isabel, perfect. From Santa Clara County, first we have our Supervisor Otto Lee, former mayor. And of course, we always have, and we know the appropriate response, our county assessor, Larry Stone. Woo. And some neighboring city members that are here, Mayor Ann Bybee from Campbell. Somewhere, thank you. Mayor Hung Wei from Cupertino. Mayor Linda Swan from Los Altos Hills. And Councilmember Pat Showalter, Vice Mayor of Mountain View. We also have Pamela Wu, Cupertino City Manager. We have Martha Krager, representing Aisha Wahab, our state senator. Hey, Martha. We have Mark Cato, the president of our ISCA Sister Cities Association. And former council members, Julia Miller, former mayor, and on the El Camino Real Healthcare District, El Camino Healthcare District. Former council member Tara Martin-Milius. Former Mayor Glenn Hendricks, that's going over there. And former Mayor Tony Spitaleri. Oh, and former Mayor John Howe. And if I missed anyone else, please stand up, wave, and say your name. Oh, but former council member Jim Davis and Manny Valeri. Oh, sorry. Are you president now? No, I can't. Oh, so a board member from Sunnyvale School District. That's right. Bridget Watson. And anyone else? Last call. So I also want to take a few moments to acknowledge the city team that organized and put on today's event. You know, for those, just give them a round of applause. It takes a lot of work to get to this day. You know, staff from multiple departments coordinate over many months to make sure that we have a great day celebrating Sunnyvale. And so if you were involved with that, please stand up and everybody give them a round of applause. You know, thank you for all the city staff that make this day possible. You know, you always make our city and, of course, the mayor look so good, so thank you for that. And now I'd like to welcome a very special guest, our poet laureate, our county poet laureate, Shaka Campbell, for our event today. You have to go all the way to, I'm not used to the new chambers yet. There is a break there.
Sunnyvale, how are we? So clearly this side is okay. Sunnyvale, how are we? Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be here today to not only celebrate all the great things that Mayor Klein will talk about, but just to be able to celebrate Sunnyvale and the new home that we have. And so I put something together. I walked around the area a bit a couple of weeks ago just to sort of get the feel of this building. And what came to mind is changing homes, right? What came to mind is just change in general. So I put a little poem together and I'd like to share it with you guys. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay, good. Changing homes. You may find yourself where the people call themselves the land and not the seeds that decorate its face. A place where shadows run invisible borders, but still, where do you find home when the world itself around you changes? When the topography settles to meet the places where we build? And they will say that it is in the brick and mortar, but we will struggle to put a finger on what makes it a home. We will aim to find the changes that make a home when everything in the world is constant movement. What looks different over time, but what they miss. What slips between the flicker of candle fire is that it's the home that calls to the change to its people, not the reverse. So first, call yourself home. And let the dance created by embracing yourself connect all the pieces we've lost. See, change can be at home by embracing the echoes of cultures intertwined and then welding those freedoms blossoms into the tapestry as a new design. Change is the only constant. Change is a night that becomes day, is a toddler that becomes teenager. Change is that as the world evolves, its heartbeat shifts. A stagnation grips, it softens. Our spirits lift. Change is tomorrow, and tomorrow is only today wrapped in foresight. So today we usher in a new chapter, a fresh start, a new home that warms the deepest heart. And although the ribbon has already been cut, and a hand in another hand to birth a city hall born from dreams and years of plans of constructing the first net zero energy city hall. This is a call to progress and innovation. created and articulated through wood and steel. There are art commissions in forms that we can not only see, but feel. Today, we celebrate a new home, a destination to gather around a history unfolding into a city's heartbeat, a new beginning told from a grand hall standing tall and true, a symbol of progress within a city's embrace, and all for Sunnyvale, whose sunbeams kiss the ground and blooms with charm and life nestled neath their rising endless blue. All for Sunnyvale, where orchids once past grew into a silicon's dream. To tell is a vibrant dream to be sectioned into between these walls, whose frame will hold new horizons toward city's pride. An empty canvas where every next step is a memorable brushstroke made, a place where policy echoed in columns strong and arches wide will evaporate leaders standing side by side, a hub of governance where futures are sewed into unity of voices blended to shape tomorrows, the cornerstone laid. A foundation strong from its brick and mortar joined, and along its molding and tempered stone, this all at the foot of a city hall lay stairs to everywhere. This all, a hall that holds flags to be flown with new meaning. This all, an open door for citizens with hope in their hearts and grand visions for their communities. So here's to new beginnings, bright, to a place where dreams take flight, a new home where love and change reside, and a journey embarked has grown from arms open wide. This all because tomorrow is only a today wrapped in foresight, and today we usher in a new tomorrow, a new home, a new house to hold an even better future. Congratulations, Sunnyvale. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaka. You know, this is the fun thing about being mayor and getting to meet, fantastic people like that really inspire people with their words in our community. So thank you for being our county poet laureate. And it's a great way. It's always a tough act to follow, Shaka, but I appreciate what you've done and welcoming everyone into our new home here. So thank you, and thank you all for being here. It's wonderful to be here with you today to share how we're doing in Sunnyvale, the heart of Silicon Valley. And as I've said before, that heart is beating strong and well. And yes. And as I thought about the many accomplishments and our priorities moving forward, 3 clear themes emerged. Sunnyvale is proudly a safe, diverse, and distinctive community. Our economy is robust, innovative, and resilient, and we are committed to a sustainable future. Of course, the true heart of our city is our community. And in that regard, Sunnyvale really is proudly safe, diverse, and distinctive. Our vibrant city has once again been ranked among the top 10 safest cities in the nation. And that's because there's a strong partnership between our community and our public safety department, and that's key to maintaining that national ranking. Following COVID, we've been able to resume and our very popular youth and Citizens Academy. The Citizens Academy is underway right now with 17 people in this 8-week course, and they're getting a behind-the-scenes view of the public safety and how our unique public safety model operates. And the week-long Youth Leadership Academy just concluded with 28 students of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And the students really learned valuable life skills, communication, conflict resolution, decision-making, and goal setting. They received information on, about cybersecurity, bullying, and lifelong fitness. And in talking to those young leaders, I've really been impressed with, their enthusiasm and their participation. I heard from several of them that youth academy has changed their life. And, I love that the city is investing in our future leaders in programs like that. We also use this learning approach, engaging our community through our Sunnyvale Unity events. This included dialogue and training sessions on topics such as overcoming bigotry and learning de-escalation techniques. To expand our reach, we partnered this year with our school districts and County Supervisor Otto Lee's office. And I've heard from so many who attended these meetings that they deepen their understanding of one another and how to be a good member of our community. I'm confident that by working together this way, we will continue to strengthen our culturally diverse community to ensure all are welcome and safe here. As a measure of this, I'm also proud to say that Sunnyvale now has the most diverse council in our city's history. And collectively, we've made equity, access, and inclusion, EIA, one of our strategic priorities. We have a new manager, Fernanda Perdomo Arciniegas, somewhere here. Thank you. Please stand up. And she's leading the way for the city and has already made great strides on focusing on EIA. Fernanda's initiatives include ensuring all of our city staff and council members are trained on EIA principles, and she's also guiding the teams necessary to help to advance in areas within the city. This includes helping form our new Human Relations Commission. If you're here from the Human Relations Commission, please stand up. Thank you. We have a few members. And she's been working with 44 city employees that are members of the SEED team, which is our Sunnyvale Employees for Equity and Diversity. And if you're part of that team, please stand up also. Thank you for focusing on those issues within our city. These groups are doing fantastic work, and they'll be helping to envision a more equitable future and achieve positive change in both city services and our community itself. Of course, our diversity takes many forms. Another way that's being displayed is through our public art program, the Great Box Art Cover-Up. And I'm sure you've seen how artists have transformed our drab gray utility boxes into wonderful works of art around the city. More artists have just completed the second phase of the project, which is 16 new areas all over our city, and we're excited to see the program continue in partnership with our school districts next as we move on to the next phase. We also have news. Hot off the presses, just this week, our art commission selected the final design for our Sunnyvale icon sculptures. These beautiful suns will be fabricated, painted by artists, and installed next year around our city as yet another way to showcase our distinctive community diversity and proof that we are indeed deserving of our ranking of the happiest city in the nation. After weathering the storms of COVID these past few years, and hopefully another wet winter this year, those suns are certainly going to be a welcome and reassuring sight to all. And you might even say that they will be a symbol of our robust, innovative, and resilient economy. While recovering from COVID continues, Sunnyvale remains a desirable place to both live and work. Nowhere is that more visible than Sunnyvale's downtown. And defining that downtown vision was why I got involved with the city 20 years ago. You know, Sunnyvale's thoughtful approach to long-term planning considered diverse opinions to shape our downtown specific plan. And now we are finally seeing that combined vision coming to fruition, and with multiple construction cranes that circle the downtown. You know, in our downtown core, the City Line project is progressing quickly with new retail, housing, and office space. And surrounding that project, more residential units opened this summer along Matilda, and a new 7-story office building with an impressive living wall on Altair, right next to Plaza del Sol, is scheduled to be open later this winter. And all things will further enliven our existing downtown, which is, of course, anchored by historic Murphy Avenue. You know, their expanded outdoor seating is a positive outcome of COVID, and it continues to be very popular with our residents. So much so that council voted to permanently ban vehicles on the street. And we're now working on the street improvements necessary to maintain that as a permanent pedestrian mall. You know, amenities like this, along with our ideal location bring talented employees talented employees, are a big draw for a diverse mix of companies that make our business community. And that desirability helps us weather the volatile commercial real estate market. You know, Sunnyvale has relatively low commercial vacancy rate currently in comparison to some of our neighbors, and we are continue to attract new businesses such as SpaceX, as well as seeing existing businesses expand. This is particularly true of our 2 commercial districts, Moffett Park and Peary Park. And for example, you know, Google is currently under construction with 2 additional buildings in the Moffett Park, totaling about 1 million square foot of office space. iHealth Labs, maker of those orange COVID tests that everybody has seen for years now, just purchased a new building in Peary Park to allow for their continued growth. And Synopsys consolidated multiple sites around the Bay Area, and they now are headquartered right here in Sunnyvale, making Sunnyvale their corporate home. And while these 2 districts are a focus for us from a specific plan standpoint, companies such as Apple and Applied Materials are also investing in the Arquez area. You know, Apple recently purchased a large building there, and in May, Sunnyvale got national attention when Vice President Harris visited Applied Materials. She helped announce plans for the new Epic Center, a $4 billion CHIPS Act investment, which will bring cutting-edge R&D campus here in Sunnyvale, and it's dedicated on accelerating semiconductor improvements here in the United States. And it's significant that significant investment from a company that has already been part of our community for almost 30 years. And it's just one of the draws that will bring their partners and more global companies here to Sunnyvale. So, you know, but here in Sunnyvale, innovation isn't just about high tech. You know, we received attention at the state and federal level earlier this year when I toured the wastewater treatment plant with senior leaders from the EPA. The tour showcased the city's clean water program, the largest capital project in the city's history. The 20-plus year infrastructure project is rebuilding our aging facility with state and federal funding help. We've already secured $635 million in low-interest EPA loans, and this low-cost financing has saved our community an estimated $350 million that better for the city and, of course, better for our residents. You know, of course, the treatment plant is our source for recycled water, and this is another area where we tackled an innovative approach. Last year, I was chosen as one of 40 mayors from around the world to participate in the Bloomberg Harvard Leadership Initiative, a prestigious and intensive leadership program going over an entire year. And through this program, I was able to get us additional coaching and training to guide the city on an innovation team. And water is, of course, a precious resource, especially here in California. And the team was focused on how to feasibly expand recycled water use in Sunnyvale. Using design-based innovation process, they engaged residents and stakeholders who helped us generate more than 350 ideas. And then the team selected the 8 best ideas with the biggest potential, such as connecting and prioritizing city-owned water usage to that recycled water. We're now using those same techniques that we learned through that program to scale innovation elsewhere in our organization. And we're already seeing progress with improving employee recognition, internal communications, and improving our procurement process. Finally, it only seems fitting to conclude our themes with an eye on the future and Sunnyvale's commitment to sustainability. And perhaps there's no finer example than where you're sitting right now, our stunning new City Hall. This impressive LEED Platinum net zero energy building is already a new icon in Silicon Valley. It is the first city hall in the nation designed to achieve these highest standards, which is a testament to our environmental leadership. The numbers are impressive. The building has about 120,000 square feet. It has 1,600 solar panels. There will be 6 acres of open space once the demolition is completed and the landscaping is finally done. And there were hundreds of trees saved and more trees added. It's also significant that we now have 350 city employees working in one main building under a single roof. This will greatly improve accessibility and delivery of city services to our community, and collaboration will be fantastic. Of course, building sustainability has never been more important. Next month, we will release our draft Climate Action Plan to 2028. And it has actions we're proposing to take for the next 5 years to reach our greenhouse gas reduction goals. And it's just in time. After we saw a drop in 2020, that data now shows that Sunnyvale's community-wide greenhouse gas emissions went back up in 2021. And it's not surprising. As COVID restrictions lifted, we began returning to our pre-pandemic lifestyles. And this caused, of course, increases like vehicle emissions. While the upward turn is disappointing, it also shows that our behaviors can have a big impact. Now more than ever, we need to reverse that trend. And it will take everyone's contributions to get back on track and to meet those new aggressive goals. So I encourage you all to please read the draft plan and then attend a community outreach meeting in October to give feedback. There'll also be surveys online to give that same feedback. Decarbonizing buildings like our City Hall is one of those 6 key strategies in the CAP. Decarbonizing transport and sustainable land use is just another. This means we are focused on transit-oriented development, making it easier for people to live and work in proximity to their work and their jobs. We're focused on improving our transportation network to make it safer and easier for people to bike and, of course, walk instead of drive. This includes encouraging electric vehicles and expanding our EV charging network. And we're always focused on housing by planning for more housing stock with a range of amenities and improving densities and affordability to meet the needs of our community. Let me highlight just a few of the accomplishments in these areas over the last year. Last fall, Council selected the preferred options for the Caltrain grade separation project. The project plans to lower both Sunnyvale Avenue and Mary Avenues beneath the Caltrain tracks. This will improve safety, reduce noise from train horns, and of course reduce delays for travelers at those intersections. Both options will have major improvements for bicyclists and pedestrians, and we're starting with the Mary Avenue project and are working to secure funding and finalize the design and construction plans. This past spring, the city councils for Sunnyvale and Mountain View selected the preferred design options for the Bernardo undercrossing, and bicyclists and pedestrians will use ramps and ultimately a tunnel to travel under the Caltrain tracks as well as Central Expressway. This will connect the North and South Bernardo Avenues and link our existing bike lane network for commuting and recreation. We're now working on the environmental phase and trying to make sure that the clearance documents are complete soon. And we're also in the final design phase for the multi-use path along Evelyn Avenue, a personal favorite of mine, between Bernardo and Matilda. The two-way separated path will connect Sunnyvale's downtown with our city limit, and we continue to work with Mountain View to extend this to their downtown Caltrain station and the Stevens Creek Trail entrance. This will provide a great commute and recreation link between our two cities and our transit centers. We're also collaborating with Mountain View to complete the new segments of the Stevens Creek Trail. This will allow us to bike and walk along the trail from Fremont Avenue all the way to the Bay Trail, completely separated from cars. This March, council confirmed, that's fine. I totally agree. The Stevens Creek Trail is a real gem in our community, and from a recreation as well as a commute standpoint. And this March, council confirmed that the preferred trail layout for the Remington-Fremont segment, our next segment, and we're now in the environmental clearance and final design phase. Just before the school year, we added buffered bike lanes along the Sunnyvale Avenue corridor from Hendy to Maud, which is a critical north-south bike route. This improves safety to Bishop Elementary, the downtown, and beyond, and it closes the only bike lane gap on that route from the Bay Trail to Saratoga. And we also installed buffered bike lanes on Java Drive between Matilda and Crossman Avenues in Moffett Park, and this will make it easier and safer to bike in Moffett Park. And speaking of Moffett, one of the most significant accomplishments over the last year is the Moffett Park Specific Plan. City Council adopted this in July after extensive community engagement process. The plan will guide development over the next 20 years for this vital 1,300 acres in North Sunnyvale. It's really aspirational roadmap that sets the stage for creating a new vibrant mixed-use community. This includes adding up to 10 million square foot of commercial space, 500,000 square feet of retail for restaurants, stores, and groceries, and large tracts of interconnected green space, and a possible 20,000 units of housing. And at least 15% of these units will be affordable to low-income households with the goal of achieving 20% affordability. It's looking at designing a small city in the north part of our city. And I just want to thank council and all of the stakeholders, all of the residents who gave feedback to the city to make that plan possible. Of course, you know, affordable housing has always been our top priority. It is essential for a sustainable future, and we continue to work on a variety of policies and projects to meet that need. For example, we recently increased the grants we offer to low-income residents to help fund home repairs, and in June we began a new tenant protection program that supports renters with housing stability and eviction protections. We're also seeing great progress on 4 new affordable housing developments. Together, they will create 600 new affordable rental units for low to extremely low income households in Sunnyvale. And the first is called Meridian. It's the 90-unit development on city-owned property at Charles, Iowa, and Matilda. Once completed later this year, it will create new housing for low-income and developmentally disabled residents in a terrific location right near downtown and right near City Hall. And the second, called Orchard Gardens, is the first 2016 Measure A funded project in Sunnyvale. Construction for this is expected to start in the winter of 2024, and it will provide 120 new and rehabilitated units. The third on Sonora Court, near the Caltrain Lawrence Station, will build 175 new units, also on city-owned property, and construction is anticipated to start on that project in the winter. And finally, a recently announced project, also on Sonora Court, will bring an additional 195 new affordable rental housing units. And focusing on housing is really critical to make sure that we have places for everyone who wants to be part of our fantastic community. And of course, our goals of housing include preventing people from becoming unhoused and supporting them when they do. To strengthen our focus in this area, Council adopted a new strategic priority this year to support our unhoused community. And we authorized a new homeless service manager position for our city. This person will help coordinate the programs and the partners to expand services for our unhoused residents. Some of the initiatives that will be underway include establishing a safe RV park program and establishing a pilot program for universal basic income. In closing, we've had another fantastic year with numerous significant accomplishments. And while in many ways we're still recovering from the effects of the pandemic, we explored new ways to tackle complex challenges, and we continue to embrace our diversity and build community. And our dedicated city staff set and achieved a high bar for service. As your mayor, I'm honored to help celebrate our accomplishments. Sunnyvale's future is bright. Come join me as we work to achieve a better future together. Thank you.